Hello, my name is Amy Verdun, and I'm happy to introduce the Rising Star Prize. I'd like to start off by saying something about the Rising Star itself, the prize that we have, the background on the selection criteria, and also introduce the jury for the prize. The ECPR Rising Star Prize is a prize for an early career researcher. You could be a current researcher as a PhD, or somebody who's been 5 years beyond their PhD. So we would want this prize winner to be academically involved with evidence of a lot of current or previous research projects that they're in. And they can have publications in a range of possible things. It could be journals, books, but also being involved in more socially engaged activities. So things like blogs, social media, or serving the community in a number of other ways were among the criteria that we are looking for. The process we followed was to have a jury review the nominations separately and came up with their own list of nominations. We took from that the best ones and then reviewed them again and eventually agreed on the final winner and a winner-up. So I would like to announce for this prize for this particular year Julia Schulte-Cloos. We're very happy that she has been awarded for this prize and has been named the winner. The nominee has obtained an outstanding academic performance throughout her career to date. Her recent performance in terms of publications and teaching are simply astounding. Her PhD is from the European University Institute in 2019, and it was entitled European Integration and the Surge of the Populist Radical Right. And she finds that contestation around European integration provides a feeding ground for the growth of populist radical right, helping activate nationalistic and EU hostile sentiments among parts of the European public. Following that, she has been in a postdoc position, and in that postdoc position, she examines the right of the populist right in Western Europe, and is now also at the Ludwig Maximilian's University of Munich. And there she focuses on attacks on liberal democracy and their effects on political behavior. And so in this postdoctoral study, she explores how public attacks on liberal democracy impact citizens' attitudes and electoral behavior in Eastern Europe. The committee was excited to see that she's been using quasi-experimental research design to tease out causality. And her work has been published in a number of very leading journals, such as Electoral Studies, European Union Politics, the Journal of European Public Policy, Party Politics, and Political Behavior. This is an astounding experience already for a recently graduated PhD candidate. She's been awarded top ranked grades throughout her education trajectory, including exceptional grades already very early on, as well as being the winner of the Peter Mayer Party Politics Prize for the best paper during the 26th ECPR Summer School on Political Parties and Democracy. Her PhD also received an honorable mention from the EUSA, the European Union Studies Association, and her first article was awarded the Best Paper Award in 2018 for European Union Politics. In addition, she's held various positions at numerous academic institutions in different countries, for example, in the University of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, the Mannheim Center for European Social Research, the London School of Economics and Political Science, University of Vienna, and Aarhus University. During the past few years, she's also generously served the profession. She's been involved in the Berkeley Initiative for Transparency in the Social Sciences, and she's been a tutor for the Data Clinic at the European University Institute. And for 3 years, she was the principal organizer of the Quantitative Methods Working Group of the EUI. You could tell that there are many reasons why we were very excited about Julia's career and achievement until now, and we're extremely honored and delighted to be giving her this award.
Hello, my name's Klaus Goetz. I currently hold the chair in Political Systems and European Integration at the University of Munich. I've been an official representative of ECPR at the University of Munich since I've moved there in 2013 and was previously official representative at the University of Potsdam. There are 3 stages in academic life. First, you're up and coming, or if you're Julia, you're a rising star. Then for many years you become part of the furniture of the profession and people take you for granted. And once you reach my age, people start asking, are they still around? Having reached the third stage in my academic career, are they still around? I was delighted to be able to nominate Julia in my capacity as official representative for this prize. Amy Verdun has already, I think, outlined in some detail Julia's achievements so far and why she is such a deserving recipient of this prize. But perhaps I can just add one or two things. That is her contribution to the chair, to which she is associated, and also to our department and to our faculty. From the beginning, Julia engaged very actively in the department and in the faculty. She's on LMU Research Fellowship. That is, in principle, she is free to do whatever she likes, really, has minimal teaching obligations. But she has done much, much more for the chair and for the department and for the faculty than one would normally expect from an LMU research fellow. She's engaged actively in teaching at both undergraduate and graduate levels. She's made a great contribution to developing, in particular, next to her substantive interests, our teaching in methods. She's been a key member of an initiative to drive forward open science initiatives at our university. So she is not just making a contribution to the profession overall, which I think has already been outlined, but she has made a great contribution to our department and to our faculty, and has given generously of her time, both to junior colleagues, to PhD students, but also to senior colleagues. And that's why we hope that after her LMU Research Fellowship ends, she will stay with LMU and pursue her career here for the coming years. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for these kind words. It's such an honor for me to receive this award. And it feels particularly meaningful to receive this award from an institution like the ECPR, which I think is especially to young scholars so relevant in the field, not only because of its excellent methods training, but also because it really creates opportunities for young scholars to interact, to get to know each other, and to build a network. I feel it's a true privilege to receive this award and to see my academic achievements being recognized in such a way. But then, of course, these academic achievements are themselves only the product of an extremely favorable environment that I was lucky to be able to expose myself to over the past years. I was extremely fortunate to have very inspiring mentors whose work was really influential for me. And I was around extremely talented peers who really helped me start my academic career. Today, I think there are my students who keep inspiring me every week. They are critical thinkers and highly engaged scholars at the same time. They are the next generation of rising stars. And while they are the next generation, I think what my generation and their generation really already has in common is that we are both part of a revolution that is silently going on in the social sciences and in academia more generally. And this revolution, or part of this revolution, really means that the knowledge that we generate as social scientists is increasingly becoming accessible to anyone who wants to access it, that the data and the code that we use to conduct our analysis are increasingly widely shared, and that there is an increasing number of tools that are available, open source tools that help us, that facilitate the work that we do. And I think ultimately these tools really help us to pursue the questions, to answer the questions that we want to answer in our work. They really empower us to address the questions that we are passionate about. And they also make sure that we are instead not bound to study the questions that we can actually study if we rely on proprietary software and the pre-built tools that are available in such kind of software. So there are impressive community efforts going on in developing such open source tools. And I take this award also as a sign that these community efforts are increasingly being recognized, which is an incredibly reassuring feeling.
It's a real pity that we're not here in person, because I would be standing up and applauding and wanting everybody to participate in that. So Julia, well spoken, and thank you for being a wonderful role model for us already as a new and upcoming leader of our time. These are interesting times, and we often wonder what will come next. And I think you've given us a bit of a foreshadow or foreboding of what may come in the years ahead of us. It wouldn't be fair if I were not at least to recognize the other jury members that were part of this endeavor. So I just wanted to recognize them here. So Ladislav Gabada, Giliberto Capano, Daniela Herrera, Hanna Kubatova, and Tanya Munro were on the committee as well. Now, of course, one is never alone, and in your pool of nominees were really an astounding number of exceptional young individuals who have made a huge amount of progress. The jury was humbled by the achievement of our junior scholars, who we all felt were way ahead of any of us at that same stage in the career. Again, as part of your silent revolution, we also feel that the productivity of everybody has gone up, but it also means that junior people are at such an advanced stage when they achieve their first publications. So we decided that in this particular competition, we would just want to honor at least just one other individual who had also done so remarkably well. So at this moment, I'd like to just close my comments by just speaking briefly to an honorable mention that we wanted to give to a runner-up for the Rising Star. And it's been awarded to Dr. Stefan Müller, who's an assistant professor and Ad Astra fellow at the University College Dublin. He has received his PhD in 2019 from Trinity College Dublin. He has also obtained an outstanding academic performance, in particular in terms of his publication record. Of note is his excellent quantity and quality publications in leading journals such as American Political Science Review, Electoral Studies, European Journal of Political Research, and the Journal of Politics. For a paper, he received the 2018 Manifesto Corpo Conference Best Paper Award, as well as journals like Legislative Studies Quarterly, Political Communication, and PS Political Science and Politics. Again, this is an award winner, like honor-up winner, I should say, who has developed open source software for quantitative text analysis that's also been very much used. Again, we are looking at a tremendous cohort. So Julia, thank you for being our winner for this year, and our runner-up, Stefan Müller. It's a wonderful achievement for our academy to see such great results from our new and up-and-coming generation. We will be in good hands.